loser's bracket. I had the brackets up somewhere. There they are. All right, and this is the road thus far. Wurgl got knocked out by Holy Hammer earlier, and as usual, mopping up the loser's bracket seems to be his thing recently. And he's now facing off against Acra, and this is the last few matches. The winner faces off against Holy Hammer in the grand finals. So, what are your thoughts, Vindicator? Who do you think is going to be heading off against Holy Hammer here?
The score is 0-0, right?
Yeah, we haven't done anything in this series yet.
Okay, so I haven't seen Wurgl play much Imperial Guards of late, so I'm a little skeptical of how well he can perform in a tournament matchup. But Wurgl's a really good player, and so is Acra. Both of them were a little shaky yesterday against Hammer. Hammer's quite good with his Lictor Alpha, but we'll see what maybe Wurgl could do something with the new Cadrons perhaps or something like that. So I would say, in my personal opinion, at least on this map, it's map dependent, but I'd say Wurgl would, I'm rooting for Wurgl for this, at least for this game, at least for this match.
Yeah, I mean, Wurgl seems to have a history of going up against Holy Hammer, losing, and then going back up against Holy Hammer. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Are we ready?
I think we're ready. I think we're getting ready to. I'm hitting my ready button right there.
Okay, so Wurgl went back to his more orthodox Eldar play, and Acra's looked Alpha. He's more so he's a long time Alpha player. He has been playing some Looked Alpha, but you saw yesterday. I think he lost his Looked Alpha like every game versus Holy Hammer.
Yeah, he did. I mean, the Lictor was just going down early and just staying down for a majority of the game.
Yeah, it's really a commander who relies upon Tier 1 dominance with his cloak and flesh hook, and having him dead throughout basically the whole Tier 1 basically nullifies like half your strength as a LA commander, so you really don't want that going on. So hopefully Acra, get a little more focused here, won't lose him right off the bat.
Yeah, especially the pressure he can put on these early Eldar squads. I mean, pretty much any squad that encounters him on the field pretty much just has to run away.
Yeah, I mean, the flesh hook is such a powerful ability. Like, right off the bat, you just start cross typing whatever you see, thin out the Banshee's ranks. It's especially good against scouts. It's only 3 members and one-shots them level 1. We trust in your guidance. So that's part of the reason, top of the cloak, why Looked Alpha just plays such a dominant role, against basically 3 out of the 5 races, and flesh hooking all their models at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, most definitely. So, looks like we got pretty standard builds coming in from both players. We got double Guardians into Banshees and the standard double Termagants coming in from Acra. Lictor's running around the middle of the map looking for trouble.
Yeah, I think he might flesh hook the Warlock and get off the wreck point. I'm surprised he didn't. I guess he wants to have him be stealth and get the surprise on going on.
Yeah, he's not even going for the flesh hook right out the back. Gonna try to get... Oh, and he does some weird pathing. Oh no, and runs all the way around the power node there before engaging.
Like my Wurgl game, and then cut around the node. But these Guardians immediately force off the double Termagant. There's no chance that out position.
Yeah, nice looking Destructor on those Hormagants. They're already pretty weak. And there goes the hook, snagging a Guardian on retreat there. Got a couple of those. 3 Guardians down in that.
Yeah, you saw Wurgl open up a double Guardian before he got a Banshee squad. I would assume that's because he didn't want the Banshees to get flesh hooked, because the Lictor would be able to see him if he got Banshees too early. So this way the Banshees is a little more surprised, and Lictor can't immediately start flesh hooking all the Banshees when he sees them.
Yeah, that's an interesting idea there.
Support structure complete.
No war gear from Wurgl. Oh no, grenades from the Guardian.
Yeah, we got the war gear coming up.
We are losing the power node to the enemy.
And Venom Sacks coming up on both of those Termagants.
Yeah, his base is capture point. It's not bad, but I feel like he's better served to come behind, around the middle, and try to get some retreat damage.
Yeah, most definitely. Oh man, nice looking grenade there. Didn't actually knock the Lictor over because he was still finishing up that sync kill animation, but doing a good job of just kiting around and drawing that Lictor out here. He needs to retreat right now. I don't know why he's trying to draw this out. Oh no.
He's trying to cloak and try to run away like that, but he should have tried to retreat much earlier. And
yeah, I mean,
again, Acra, he's being way too overconfident with his alpha.
Yeah, that was the problem. I mean, I know the problem was those Banshees were in the middle, and he was trying to get a better retreat path by getting off to the west side of the map there. But it just didn't work out, and I think that Lictor was doomed either way at that point. Just stuck in a bit too long.
Yeah, so like I said, this is you can repay him and get him back, but it is definitely a setback, and basically he wants to do it as soon as possible because, like I said, having Lictor Alpha down in Tier 1 is not something you want to have.
Yeah, I feel the same way. But it's weird because I've been seeing in the past few games when we were seeing him play against Holy Hammer, he just waited and would charge into Tier 2 and try to get some Tier 2 stuff on the field before he would pick that Lictor back up.
Yeah, it's very tempting to leave him dead, and he needs to get tech up as well to counter clear range back and such. But he's dead, bad one way or the other. So in my opinion, get him out to start doing something. Dead.
So a lot of trouble happening here in the center. Those Guardians getting a little confused, not sure what they wanted to do there.
I think they're looking for a grenade, but no good opportunity presented. Nice knockback from Banshee.
Oh man, a second knockback too, forcing those Raveners right out of there.
You don't really want to be moving around next to Banshee because they will knock you down pretty fast to start to move because you lose melee skill when you move, and that increases the chance of getting knocked back.
Say what is needed.
The reinforcements are most welcome.
Looked out for stealth. I'm glad to see he took my advice and revived me before too much time elapsed. Not a lot of generators by Acra though, only one. He got
one for each player.
He 3
and,
normally, but he had spend 250 reviving his commander.
No, it's definitely a setback. He's got the extra node in the center there, locking that down, but that's not making too much of a difference ultimately here. Warlock sneaking around as always. Normally playing the role you normally see him play in Tier 1, just fleet-of-footing around, capping everything, and being a nuisance.
Wurgl just missed a grenade and then licked Alpha, and one Banshee got flesh hooks.
Oh, there goes a Banshee right over his shoulder, and looks like the Lictor's trying to get out of there.
Wurgl doesn't have any generators either. He's at no generators.
Yeah, and he's sitting on a pretty big pile of requisition. I'm not sure what he's waiting on here.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to have a little bit of a stockpile. You never know when you need to reinforce or maybe you want to build a unit. But at this point, yeah, there it goes. 3 generators right now. It's nothing else to spend it on, so just go ahead and get some generators if you don't have them. I might see a grenade up top.
Yeah, looks like. Oh no, he pulled out of that. Decided he wasn't going to be able to get into position. And Ravener's coming in, forcing off the Shuriken. You can see these Guardian energy shields going up all over the place in the middle. Those become a lot more viable when you don't have a Hive Tyrant stomping around, knocking them all over.
All Wurgl's units are now upgraded, so they're going to be bleeding a lot less because all the upgrades get extra health, so they're a lot more efficient. Taking on this, mid-range army that's been dying in a couple of volleys.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely makes a big difference having the aspect and the battle equipment up.
Oh,
nice grenade. Didn't take out any models, but took a nice little chunk of health out of those Raveners.
Yeah, that helped in the next battle and also stopped them from getting a couple last hits on retreat.
Yeah, he's actually been trying to whittle down both the Ravener squads. You can see they're both pretty injured this next fight, so he's going to have to be very careful with the burrow strikes, as I'm sure there will be Banshees laying in wait.
Yeah, here comes the burrow strike, but no Banshees.
Banshee's not quite there up to support yet.
Sure can pretty fast. Just do a little bit regular weapons. Nice destruct.
Yeah. And you look at how long those Guardians tanked. You can just see the viability of those energy shields. They were just eating Termagon shots that entire time.
Yeah, you really, at that point, you want to back up towards the yellow L or just go around it. There's really no point in just shooting and involving the target. Versus which playing the Warlock. If he gets a special attack off his Tyranid blobs, it does a lot of damage. I mean, that weapon, I'm sure you've seen, when it does special attack, it really destroys stuff.
No, it has 2 waves of damage, correct, when it goes off?
Yeah. And then it also does friendly damage. You don't really want your patience to be around when the special attack goes off.
Yeah, I've noticed that. Is that the only special attack in the game that does friendly fire?
No, the power missiles also do damage to his units if it hits them.
Gotcha. Oh man, nice looking flesh hook. That Warlock might be in a bit of trouble. Those Raveners need to turn around and get in his retreat path, but they move up chasing those Guardians. Oh no, I'm not sure. Looks like he's gonna get out of there.
The Raveners are jumping by 250 HP.
Oh no.
He retreats anyways. He could retreat to the Banshees. I guess he was a little, he didn't want to take any unnecessary risks.
Yeah, most definitely.
Raveners retreating. Wurgl now going to tier 2, and Acra just finishing tier 2, so we probably won't see Devourers on the Raptors.
Now that infamous mid-range blob will be showing its face on the field here soon, I'm sure.
Now, you would normally see Tyranid players, as like few patches ago, the zone 3 got buffed, and so they're a lot more viable for Tyranid players because they're actually speed. But because Eldar are, they'll have a lot of fast units, a lot of units that can do a lot of damage very fast. So that's why zone 3 aren't very useful against them. That's why you hardly see them against Eldar players.
Right.
Like, you have the Artar force fires, all those units are great.
Yeah, just lots of, so many options for retreat damage or those fast-moving units, especially with Warlock on the field. If that swift movement hits. Oh, excellent destructor.
Yeah, very nice. That bleed's going to take its toll. Yeah, he used a Ripper Swarm tying up to the Shuriken Cannon, and looks like these Rattlers are going to clean him up.
Oh wow, that grenade actually didn't do much of anything.
Those Banshees better run. They might die in retreat.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Oh, it looks like those Raveners targeted the Shuriken.
Yeah.
New units are now available to us.
Okay, Wurgl has a lot of records, so I wouldn't worry too much about his little bleed with the Banshees. Messy grenade up top by the Guardians at victory point. Here it comes.
Oh, not quite hit.
Yeah, sticks to the victory point a little bit. Not quite. No war gear on Licked Alpha yet, only Mercenary Witchblade and the Warlock. No new units yet by Acra, just Bow Up going tier 2 investment. You see Warlocks coming up with the Guardians though. The Warlock with his range mitigation he gets for the squad, he's like really hard. He's a very tough commander too. You won't see him die very often. You see Warp Throw coming up from the Warlock.
Yeah, probably be seeing Warp Throw pulling squads into Banshees or pulling squad into grenade drops.
Yeah, I guess this ranged blob of doom, if you can get him into the Banshee's range, Shuriken's range, it's gonna be like instant retreat by
yeah, there's pretty much nothing you can do about that. Lichter sneaking up on this Shuriken cannon here.
Monster Highway with Surfer, his army is not in a position to help him.
That Lichter being a Brit Raisin again.
He realized he was way out of position and he had to retreat. Here comes another, I think it's Spormine calling this one. Here it comes. Look at the Banshee's gonna get hit. Rav carrying up the Guardians. Nice grenade though.
Yeah, it gets a couple of those Termagants right there. Everything's having to fall back though. Guardians up a bit too close to that range file there. And Ripper's still slinking around and causing some disruption.
Wurgl took a lot of damage, but only lost just a few Guardians. So not a lot of bleed there.
Yeah, I mean, like as you were saying, once those Warlocks come on those Guardians, they just become so much more potent, both defensively and offensively with the Embolden ability.
Yes, exactly. If the Banshees get to the Raveners, I think they'll win. They are low damage, so if they get they can get nuked down by the range fire before they get in there, they might want to rethink that. Wurgl doesn't have any map control, unfortunately.
No, he
has,
really
like,
doesn't.
one victory point. Yeah.
Acra's sitting on pretty much the whole center there and has about a 100-point VP lead as well.
I mean, it's pretty typical of teams to kind of dominate map control one point or the other. So Wurgl's not the most horrible position, but if he doesn't get some map control soon, he's going to be in a very tough spot to come back from this game.
Oh, there goes the Banshee Exarch. Lichter's trying to take that out with the flesh hook and a couple of melee strikes, but he's going to have to get out of there. That Witchblade doing some nasty damage, and he might be in trouble right here. Banshee's chasing with swift movement, getting in on that range blob too. Oh, look, Altark dropped with the warp throw. Oh man, a lot just happened right there, and that was just a perfect engagement for Wurgl.
Perfect. You can't step back into the thing, grab those jumps. Nice, nice. Perfect warp throw. Very, very well done with the Artok jump.
Oh man, those Raveners might go down. 12, 11 HP if that Altark gets a swing right here. Oh, and she doesn't quite get it. She's going for it.
She's going for it.
Oh, and there it goes, killed right in his base before the first Spore Pod drops from those Hive nodes.
Right.
Warlock adding a Destructor just to add insult to injury there. And
not the most, not the cheapest unit to rebuild. So.
No, not at all, especially after you purchase that Devourer.
Yeah, it's quite a blow for Acra. Now, he still has a huge amount of map control, and he still has lots of economy.
No,
he's going tier 3 despite his flaws. And he still has, a little bit of map control left at the moment. So Wurgl needs to capitalize on this, as soon as possible, get his units back up and consolidate the rest of the map.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, Acra's definitely got time to make up for this, but that was just well played by Wurgl. Wurgl's still trying to lock down that center, has that little choke point locked down with the Shirk, and Ravener's moving in though.
Lost a member though, they're going to be a lot less effective. Kind of like Assault Marines,
Yeah, once that first member goes down.
First member is like not nearly as good.
Oh, there was an attempted warp throw, but they retreated just in time.
Yeah, that would be devastating to the Terrorgant Blob if he got caught by that grenade again.
But Acra's now hitting tier 3 in just a few moments here, and with a nice pile of resources as well.
Yeah, without like a real spearhead, like some sort of assault unit to get into this, Acra's really at loss to counter the army at the moment, especially with the Raven Brood loss, and his warriors just capturing points instead of providing synapse. So at the moment, you don't see Acra just trying to hold like his natural VP position and nothing else.
Oh man, Banshee's flanking in on this Venom Brood right now. Looks like it's gonna go down. There's no way it's getting out of there.
Yeah, it might.
There it goes. Oh, and a Synapse Bomb on these Hormigons gonna cause a lot of extra. Might take the squad out.
Swift movement got popped. Yeah,
oh man, that was brutal. Oh, a bit of a mistake right there. The Hormuz shouldn't have moved in and tried to stop those Banshees.
Yeah, that's exactly why you gotta be really careful about retreating next to Banshees, because if you do like a bad retreat path or Banshees will do something like that and kill everything you have.
No, they will punish you, and that's what we just saw. Both times Swift Movement's been popped here in these past couple engagements, making a huge impact on the match. Lichter's on the field now, but Acra just lost another couple squads there.
Counts as Lichter, I would personally, he does have Banshees and Artok, which are the best counters for the moment to counter these Lichters, because of the melee damage you can pump out. But Lichters, if he gets that massive Lichters, like 3 or 4 of them, they can become quite difficult to counter.
No, and I've definitely been seeing several replays of mid players just getting those Lichters out as quick as possible.
But the Warlock is probably one of the better commanders to counter these Lichters. I mean, all the other commanders are good, but the Warlock, he has them.
Yeah, I mean, once you have the Banshees and that Altark on the field, I mean, they're really excellent counters for single entities because their damage output is just so high. There's the GG. That's
far too many retreat losses by Acra near the end, and he just couldn't keep up with that amount of resource damage Wurgl was inflicting time, engagement after engagement near the end.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, wow, and as we see, the Warlock just punishes you if you overcommit to a fight that you can't quite win, because he'll turn it right around on you and take out some squads with swift movement. Once those Banshees are on the field, you got to be very careful. If you look at the scoreboard, it's just pretty obviously in Wurgl's favor there.
Yeah, it did not go. Acra was at a good position near the game, but I think it really started to change around with that Artar Cullen with a warp throw and whatnot. Just
No,
his
that
arm just
entire
crumbled at that
engagement, I
point.
mean, just came in. He came in from the right, had the shuriken set up, threw the nid blob out to the far side with the Altark drop. That was just a perfect shot right there.
Yeah, very, very, very well played by Wurgl. He did an excellent job executing that.